Whew. It's hot out here. I'm out working up some guns, getting ready for a few days of hunting, and one of the guns I'm going to be using is the Walther. It's the Parrus, big brother of the Parrus. It's 22 caliber break barrel. This spring piston air gun's putting out about close to 1,000 feet per second with 22 caliber pellets. The Superdome are giving me a higher velocity. I'm getting about they're 14.5 grains. I'm getting around 1,000. Getting a little bit lower with the JSB Jumbo Heavies, but the Jumbo Heavies are much more accurate in this guns. I'll give up a few FPS in terms of velocity to get better accuracy with the gun. I suspect this gun is going to be a great hunting gun in the field. It's proven to be pretty accurate. I'll show you some targets I've been shooting. And I'll take the gun out hunting. I'm going to go out for jackrabbits with it and see what it does. I always think that's a great place for spring pistons. That's where I started, and I love to get a spring piston air gun out to hunt jackrabbits. What I can tell you so far, after shooting the gun fairly limited on the range here, is it's got a really smooth cocking action, easy break, smooth. The trigger is nice, a little bit of travel, but I could probably adjust that out. I'm shooting it as is out of the box though, but it breaks crisply. You know, not a glass rod, but it's a pretty crisp break. I like the trigger, fine with it. I really like the shooting characteristics, the recoil characteristics of this gun. It's really one of those solid pushes, straight back, but it's that heavy kind of rearward push you get with quality air guns. It's hard to explain, but if you've shot them, you know what I'm talking about. This is a really solid gun, easy to keep on target when you're shooting. Getting pretty good results. Getting actually quite good results, and we'll get out in the field and see what it does there. So far, liking this gun. The rifle is a composite. It has a stippling type of stippling on the foregrip and the pistol grip. It's ergonomic. It's a big gun. It weighs about 8.5 pounds, I'd guess. I got to go back and look at the specs, but I'd say about 8.5 pounds, maybe 9.5 with the scope. So it's a pretty good sized gun. It's got a palm swell in the forestock. Fits my hand pretty good. Might be a little bit much for some smaller shooters, but the only complaint I have is, and you know I've always got this complaint when it happens, it's an auto deploying safety. I know a lot of companies feel they have to do this. I hate it, to be honest with you, but everything else is so good on this gun I can live with it. And I gotta say, it's ergonomic. Starting off at the bench using an artillery hold, I shot a 40-yard group with the RWS Superdome. Next, I repeated with the JSB exacts. That outside of a called flyer tightened up the groups a little bit. However, either projectile was fine for hunting. I drove along the dirt roads, looking and glassing until I saw a rabbit. Then I was off. The rabbit I'd seen from the truck had held up about 30 yards into the brush. Peeking through the scrub, I saw him sitting under some overhanging branches. The shot rolled him. I spotted another one that I'd not seen before. I dropped to my knee for the low shot under the branches. My second rabbit was in the bag. I was really impressed by how hard this rifle hit. Walking along the road, I saw two rabbits, and one bolted to my right. I lined up on the one to the right and let the pellet fly. I quickly cocked and reloaded in case I got a shot at the second jack. I walked to the tree on the left, but that rabbit had sneaked away. I continued working my way through the brush, which was really heavy for this terrain. I spotted a bedded rabbit through the brush about 40 yards away. I took a chest shot, and the big desert hare ran about 10 yards before rolling over. last rabbit of this hunt came about an hour later. I spooked a jack that ran a short distance, then paused to look back, and nailed him with a chest shot, and he fell within 25 feet. The Walther Parrus was a fine out-of-the-box break barrel springer that does everything a hunter needs. This rifle is powerful, accurate, and has great shooting characteristics. I'll be hunting with this rifle again.